This lesson, whenever I teach this to people, they feel it's the most general lesson ever, but do not skip this because the strategy I'm going to tell you about here is so easy, and if you do not follow it, you can lose 2 to 3 points. This does not mostly happen with our weak students, it happens with our best students. So here's what I mean. We're going to talk about writing task 1 and task 2. Then I have something very, very, very interesting to tell you about speaking. All tasks. I'm going to use one as an example here, so stick around until the end of this video. What I'm talking about here today is task response. Basically, when you respond to any question in writing and speaking, how is your response related to the question? This is where a lot of subjective marking can come into play. So the examiner might say you have not answered the question well because you have not identified the exact things that the question was asking about and you went off topic. This could easily be an opinion that is different from examiner to examiner, but also an objective AI would be checking if you are doing the right task response. Here's what we notice a lot of times, and again, this happens with even the best students. When people start answering up to here, first bullet, they are excellent. They are on track and being relevant with the answer. As soon as we look at bullet points 2 and 3, or in task 2, we're looking at paragraphs 3 and 4, you go off track. Why? Because in the middle of your writing, or even in speaking, you are looking at the time, you're looking at the word limit, you're looking at other things, you're thinking about how to make it fancy, and all those things are good, but you get off track. Here's the simplest way to avoid it. Make an outline, and I'm going to demonstrate exactly what it entails and how to easily do it. It is very easy. Do this outline thing at the start. 2 to 3 minutes at the start of your writing task 1, 2 to 3 minutes writing task 2, and then speaking, as I said, we're going to talk about something really interesting, which is something you do not expect, okay, but that works. So let's see this question. Let's say I have this question in my exam. You recently bought a laptop from an electronics store, but after using it for 1 week, it stopped working. You contacted customer service, but they have not replied. So you have to write an email to them, and you have to explain these 3 bullet points. For each bullet point, all you need is 2 points, and you have to type it all out. Once you do, write your answer, then delete the outline. Don't submit it with the outline, okay? Type it out and then delete it. That is just for your reference. So here's what I mean when I say make an outline. This bullet, I'm going to write this down, bullet 1, and it says when and where. So it's simple. There's 2 points. One is when, one is where. That's it. Easy. Then you go to bullet 2 and so on. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about this. When and where, these things could be very fast. I could just say I bought the laptop at the Grand Park at 3 p.m. on Saturday. And then this whole bullet is done. And again, you can run into the problem of the examiner saying you have not explained it enough. So honestly, with the when, I can't really control it much. I have to keep it short, but I can add something. Saturday, instead of just saying Saturday, I can say Saturday last week at the time 2:30 p.m. and then describe it when the mall is not too crowded. Okay, good. So even with when, I'm able to figure out how to slightly expand it. Where, this I could really expand. I could say it was at the Grand Park in this city, and this was on the 2nd floor, and this was on this name of your branch. Okay, so now I got the where and I got the details. I got the when, I got the details. Notice how I'm not just saying when and where and then moving on to the next one, because this is where mistakes happen. Do all your thinking now. Do the entire sentences outline now, and later you won't have to think. You're going to thank yourself later for doing that. And I'll tell you again later the importance of that. But so far I have a solid outline. When I start writing, I just have to look here and I'll get that down. Now, describe the problem with the laptop. Again, it's always wise to have 2 answers for each bullet so you fully answer the task response. One thing can be when I open tabs, too many tabs, it slows down. And then the other one would be when that happens, it also heats up. And that's good enough. And just for the heat up, maybe I can say something more, because opening tabs, slowing down, that whole process I can define, where you open tabs, if it's 10 tabs, then it starts slowing down, or I see some screens frozen, that I can define. This one, it heats up, it seems like a very small point, so maybe I can say it heats up, which concerns me, because that could break the laptop, break it down, I mean, not literally break it, and that could be good enough for now. I'll elaborate it later. Okay, bullet 3. This is say what you want the manager to do. Obvious thing is refund, and this is easy to elaborate. Give me a refund to my original card payment, and or I could say, or give me a replacement. But then again, it's so short, this sentence. Maybe I can say something about how I need a replacement because of a satisfaction problem. If you really value your customer experience, you have to give me the same model or something better. Okay, and then I'll see my words at that point and see if I could do all of that or simply just talk about replacement for customer satisfaction. But in less than 2 to 3 minutes, I got everything I need now. Now, number one, I don't have to think while I am writing. So while I'm writing, I'm doing so many things, vocab, punctuation, and time, word limit. I have one less thing to focus on. And this is the hardest thing, thinking. So I don't have to focus on that later. My mind will be at ease. Secondly, I will never be off track, because at this point, when you have read the question, you know the question the best. Later on, as I mentioned, when people start writing, they forget what the actual bullets are asking and they drift off the question. Right now, question is fresh, you know exactly what you need, you write this down, and you will simply look at this when you're in your bodies 1, 2, and 3. And that's what we want. Simple. Let's see how we do it in task 2. You can open a new public facility, a gym, or a public library. Let's say I say that I gotta open a gym. Okay? Body 1, you need 2 positive points about your opinion. So gym would be, so it's a public facility for the city residents. So obviously one thing is health. Obviously you can talk about health, cardio, less diseases, easy, very easy to expand. The other thing could be it's going to have a social connection, and I also want to make sure that the other option does not have that, right? So the library, you don't really talk to other people there. Social connection, community feel, and it'll be very positive. So that could go in 1 point. Body 2 is going to be about why the other option is bad, public library. So the library will not attract youngsters. It will eliminate a whole age group because it's just not interesting and they will just be bored, and that's never going to be a place of interest. Then what else can be said negatively about libraries? It's you can say it's something that's an extinct model or going to extinction, because everything now is digital, and we need to, if we're building something, it's better to build something more modern. Build something modern, not ancient. And those are some things I could say in this point. It's an old thing is 1 point, and the other one is it's going to eliminate young people. That's it. That took what, a minute? But this minute can save me 2 to 3 points, because now I'm just going to be relevant whenever I'm answering. Okay, this is something you always want to do in task 1, task 2, writing. Very easy, right? Now write your answer and then simply delete this outline. If you guys want, put your answers down below. You can make your own outlines and put the outlines in the comment sections for task 1 and task 2, and then comment on each other's posts and tell each other if they did a good job or what you would do differently. Try to engage in the comment section, and let's see what you guys can do as candidates for CELPIP. Let's talk about speaking. Okay, I'm gonna show you this example only. The rule I'm gonna tell you here applies to all speaking parts. I'm picking here speaking task 7, for example. Some people believe that students should be required to wear school uniforms, while others think that students should be allowed to wear whatever they want. Now, what is your opinion? You have 30 seconds here to prepare, 90 to speak. Obviously, you have very little time here compared to writing. You do get a pen and paper here. in the preparation time. But you should never, ever, ever write. The reason is you simply don't have enough time. If you start writing, you're not going to be able to actually understand and be ready to speak. And 9 out of 10 times, people don't even look at their notes when they're speaking. This is because when you naturally start speaking, points start coming. This is how you naturally talk to people too. You don't look at notes or prepare when you talk to people, right? That's how you want to think in speaking too, because if you do even make 10 points during the prep time, you will forget all of those and you will say things that are natural to you when you start speaking. I always see this, and it happens with me too. That's why I don't recommend over preparing, because you will not even use those points. What I always recommend is prepare 1 point, only 1 point. So if I'm thinking about supporting uniforms, I'm thinking about equality, okay? Equality, everybody is going to be equal. There's not going to be modern dresses or competition in terms of fashion. Fine. Honestly, this is all the time I get to prepare, because I am reading. While I'm reading, that's also my preparation time running out. So I literally have 15 seconds. In that, the best thing you can do is prepare with 1 point only and take a deep breath before you start speaking. When you finish that 1 point and you have that confident start, you would automatically be confident enough to think about the second point and the third point. Just pause before those points, say a connector, furthermore, likewise, accordingly, and that will give you enough time to think about what you have to say next. The same thing goes for all other speaking tasks as well. That is how you tackle the outline or the prep time in those cases. Guys, that's what you want to apply for CELPIP, writing and speaking, for a high mark, especially in task response. If you liked this video, feel free to subscribe, like, drop a comment, and I'll talk to you next time.